If you were a lie detector, whose lies around you would you like to want to catch? Do you know that moment when you look into someone's eyes and even though everything seems normal, you feel like something is terribly wrong? Has that meaningless knot in your stomach ever changed your heartbeat and made you scream internally? Don't be ridiculous. The person across from you is smiling. Their words are perfect and they are doing their absolute best to convince you. Have you ever been there? Amidst this perfect picture, your primitive, wild instinct whispers a single word to you incessantly: lie. Most of us have felt this contradiction. In these situations, instead of trusting ourselves, we sadly choose to silence that voice and unintentionally become accomplices to the lie. Because as children, we were taught to be polite, not to judge people, and to always focus on good intentions. Those lessons engraved in our minds didn't hurt much back then, but as adults, they can cost us dearly. Believing the smiling lies of the people you love felt much easier than facing the truth. But this only allowed the problem to accumulate. You told yourself, I think I am exaggerating, sacrificing your reality for the sake of their lies and their comfort. But eventually, you had to learn, even if it was late, that deep inner voice was actually protecting you. In this video, I will show you how to use it. Today, we are going to rewrite the user manual for your intuition. Learning this takes courage. You are going to need it as we continue. It's time to trash those Hollywood cliches about looking left or right when lying. To spot a real lie, you shouldn't focus on pupils, but on how the brain works and the specific words they choose. If you are ready, let's dive into the dark corridors of human psychology. By the end of this video, I guarantee you will become a human lie detector. Please watch closely. The first thing you need to understand is this: lying is an incredibly exhausting and complex task for the human brain. Think about it. To do it, the brain has to hide the truth, write a script, and control the body all at the same time. Carrying this heavy cognitive load causes cracks and leaks in a liar's behavior. This video will give you the tools to become an expert at spotting those leaks. Please focus. This is where it gets important. Let's start with the first and most obvious sign. Pay attention to what psychology calls unnecessary detail drowning syndrome. When you ask a simple question like, "Where were you last night?" there is only one clear way to answer. An honest person says, "Watch the game with friends." Topic closed, life goes on, and no problem there. A liar, however, panics that you might be suspicious and start bombarding you with their speech. They start giving you endless unnecessary details: where they were, how they got there, who they saw on the way. This is exactly when you need to open your sensors. Just stop and watch them get lost in the details, because this is a liar's Oscar-worthy performance. By drowning you in detail, they are desperately trying to send to the message, "See, I'm not lying to you." Actually, this is just word salad designed to manipulate you using guilt. Remember, a guilty person either talks too much or not at all. If someone answers a simple question with an encyclopedia, stop and pay attention. You caught a liar. The second sign is unexpectedly freezing up or becoming rigid. You grew up believing that liars are fidgety people, who can't stand still, right? However, research at the University of California shows that serious liars actually go completely still when lying. At the exact moment the brain is busy constructing the lie, it shuts down body movement. It activates energy saving mode. The whole production is for the lie. This is actually the freeze version of the primitive fight or flight response triggered by danger. If the person stands like a robot while talking, uses no hand gestures, and their body is stiff, you should be suspicious. In a natural conversation, people use their hands, arms, and gestures rhythmically and spontaneously. If you sense that this flow is broken and they are turning into a statue, their mind is working feverishly on the inside. Do you think this video could save someone's life? Then please share it, because knowledge protects. The third hidden sign is distancing language and the avoidance of personal pronouns. Liars subconsciously want to sever the tie with the lie, so they distance themselves linguistically. Therefore, instead of using I, they switch to general terminology to keep the subject of themselves. For example, a partner suspected of cheating might emphasize the word human while saying, "I have no relationship with that woman." Instead of using name, they say that woman or that man to push the event and the subject away from themselves. This is a basic subconscious defense mechanism. The liar builds a wall of words and thinks they are escaping the guilt. Do you remember Bill Clinton's famous denial speech? Notice how heavily he emphasized the phrase "with that woman." Honest people use positive language and simply say, "I didn't do it," while liars objectify and distance the event. The fourth and one of the most dangerous signs is millisecond delay in emotional reactions. Emotion and expressions just don't match. Have you seen this? Real emotions are instant. When you are surprised or angry, your face and voice react simultaneously. But the liar analyzes first, then thinks, "I should be surprised now." Here's the magic tip. The reaction comes too late or lasts too long. That sad expression appears a second too late, or a smile starts on the lips but never reaches to eyes, or the emotion drags on too long. Even if the mouth smiles, the eyes remain cold and expressionless. This image should be your alarm signal. A genuine smile wrinkles the eyes, those crow's feet, while a fake smile fights against other muscles. Look closely, and you will see it. If someone is trying to sell you an emotion, you will sense that artificial timing. Something will definitely feel off. The fifth sign is perhaps the most painful: aggression. This is an advanced reaction from the liar's inner defense attorney. If you see this, you are dealing with a chronic liar. Have you ever voiced a small doubt, only to have them suddenly explode in an anger and attack you? 3 classic sentences start flying around. "Don't you trust me?" "You have psychological issues." "You are so jealous." This is toxic. Advanced manipulation used to dump the issue onto you. Do you know people like this? The goal is to make you defensive and feel guilty so that you forgot the lie they told you. Have there been moments where you fell into this trap just to keep the peace? Or moments where you apologized even though you were right? Are you starting to understand? An honest person doesn't get angry at any questions. They explain and reassure. So, rewatch this video to sharpen your perception. If a simple question triggers an explosion of rage, know that you have touched a wound or a secret. So, what should you do and how should you behave in that stressful moment when you spot this sign? Rule 1. Observe with the calmness of a sniper. Just watch the signs. Never get emotional. Saying you are lying only strengthens their defenses and shut the door completely. Instead, act curious. Ask more open-ended questions. Treat it like training. Say, I didn't quite catch that. Can you tell me again? And manipulate them into telling story backward without them realizing it. Telling a made-up story in reverse chronological order is nearly impossible for the brain. A liar's brain cannot handle this. Step 2. Create silent moments when you leave gaps for them to fill. Switch to full observer mode. Ask your question as if you are just chatting. Then go silent. Look them in the eyes and wait. That silence forces the liar to make mistakes. When they talk more to fill that void, they will drown in details and eventually reveal themselves. Step 3, and the most important. Trust your instincts and that first feeling unconditionally. Your body and subconscious are equipped to detect danger seconds before your logic ever does. If you feel the energy in the room is stagnant, that room is wrong for you. You don't need to hunt for evidence or feel like you are in a court. That uneasiness you feel is reason enough to walk away. Even if people call you paranoid, you must always value your inner peace more than being right. Remember, healthy relationships are balanced. You shouldn't have to play detective, read between the lines, or feel constant doubt. Intensity is not the same as trust and transparency. You need a harbor that rests your mind, not one that exhausts it. If there are people around you who make you play behavior detective and constantly ask what if, it might be time to clean house. As a society, we need realistic, healthy relationships, not fake ones woven by lies. If this video confirmed that voice inside you, please share your experience with us in the comments.